Assembly Member McCartney, apologies.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. You're quite correct. This is a government decision, but Enfield has over 3,000 people, many of them children, in temporary accommodation. It has over 7,500 on its housing needs register waiting for a permanent home. London councils combined are spending £5.5 million a day on homelessness, primarily on housing people in temporary accommodation. And we know from the talks we do to local residents that many of them are living in overcrowded accommodation in poor conditions. And one of the things about the new town is that it said that of those 20-odd thousand homes, 6,000 will be council social homes. Will you use your powers that if it is to go ahead, that promise is kept?
It's really important we address the elephant in the room, which is we face a housing crisis in London. We need to build more homes in London. Now, I've got a brownfield first approach, but there isn't enough brownfield sites in London to meet the demand of new housing, which is why you've got chronic overcrowding, people in temporary accommodation, rough sleeping going through the roof, etc. So we've got to build new homes. Now, we've got to first go to brownfields, but then we have to, at some stage, go to greenbelt as well. Some of it's bad quality, some badly maintained, some inaccessible. But the key thing is we've got to make sure the homes we build are for local people who are in desperate need of housing. We don't want these luxury developments being built or people from overseas. I love people from overseas, generally speaking. Some of my best friends and family from overseas. But homes can't be built for them as investments. They're going to be built for local people. So we've got to make sure as a condition a significant number are genuinely affordable. At least half of those should be council housing, and the other half other forms of affordability as well. I appreciate that cross-subsidy is required. We've got to make sure that we have genuinely affordable homes being built in these new towns. Otherwise, local people will say, what's in it for us? It's going to be first dibs for local people, in my view.
Yeah. The other concern locally is that the transport needs are not met currently. The Great Northern Line, which we've had lots of debates about, that both of us want it to be devolved to TfL, currently has 2 trains per hour off-peak. It's not adequate for any development. The 456 bus stops half a mile from Cruise Hill because it can't turn around in the station. It has a PTEL score of less than 1. Now, I've lobbied the Secretary of State for Transport to devolve the line to Transport for London. Will you use your officers to make sure that if this goes ahead, that infrastructure is put in place before the homes are built? Because that's going to be really important.
Let me be quite clear. I think it's not possible to have anywhere near this level of housing without improved transport infrastructure and infrastructure generally speaking. You can't have one without the other. And so there's got to be improvements in public transport. The Great Northern is one example she's given, the buses, the others she's given, but also things like GP practices, the right levels of schooling, the right social infrastructure a community needs. What nobody should allow happen is just tens of thousands of homes being built here without proper infrastructure support for that community. That would be the worst recipe for that wonderful part of London.
Thank you.
London stands at a breaking point, a city of opportunity, now shadowed by a housing crisis that grows worse by the day. In Enfield alone, more than 3,000 people, many of them children, are living in temporary rooms, waiting and hoping for a place to finally call home. Across the capital, families are packed into overcrowded flats, while councils spend millions every day just to keep people sheltered. It's not sustainable. It's not fair. And it's not what London should stand for. The mayor admits the reality: London has simply run out of easy answers. The brownfield sites are almost gone, the population keeps rising, and pressure mounts on every inch of space. But when the talk turns to building on the green belt, emotions rise even higher. Because this isn't just about land, it's about trust. Can London build new homes without breaking the promise of protecting its green heart? Can leaders guarantee that these new houses will be for local families, not for investors treating them as trophies? Promises have been made: 6,000 council homes, thousands more classed as affordable. Yet Londoners have heard promises before. They've seen glossy plans, political speeches, and empty plots that never became homes. And even if construction begins, there's another truth: no community can thrive without the lifelines of transport, schools, GP clinics, and real infrastructure. A home without connection isn't progress, it's isolation built in brick and glass. So as London prepares to expand once more, the question isn't just how many homes we build. It's who we're building them for. Will this new town finally give Londoners a place to belong, or will it become just another skyline built for someone else's tomorrow? If you found this analysis useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so you never miss our next political update.